Hello, welcome back to my channel. Okay, so I'm in a good mood because today I'm going to talk about something that I really like, and it just flows easier. And so today we're going to talk about how to start a business as a mom. Let's get to it. It's so fun. Okay, so I've been thinking, how can I help people and how can I help individuals, from like going with what I've gone through, like being a mom, which I know a lot of people are. But if they're interested, I think this is something that I could help, talking about this topic. I love business strategy. I love talking about business. So today I want to talk to you about how to open a business or how to start a business as a mom. Let's get to it. All right, number one, something that we have to focus, right, for people that they have a corporate job or they don't know what to do, or like in my case, I'm corporate America, right? So I have to always think, like, what can I do that does not throw away the stuff that I already know, or or what is, or another thing that I like to focus on is, what is my competitive advantage? What is something that I could do better, smarter, quicker, and cheaper, right? Those are the things that I focus on, and those are the criteria that I think about when I'm thinking about starting a new business, whether it's a product or it's service. Competitive advantage is because you are going to be out there and you have to think about these factors. They're very important. So first, think about what product you can bring to the table, what service you can bring to the table where you have a strong competitive advantage, right? A competitive advantage can be something that you form through experience or through different methods, but it's something that you need to think about, whether it's a product or whether it's a service. If you want to open a bakery, you can, and you say, I want to open a bakery because I'm really good at baking bread, or I'm really good at making cupcakes. I can make the same cupcakes and with different faces on, different decorations on, there's literally, that's what I love business, is that the limits are infinite. There's no such thing as a limit when it comes to business. You can do whatever you want, however you want it, and there are a million different ways to do it, right? You just need to focus and find your perfect competitive advantage. So that's number one. Number two, investment. And I'm talking about monetary investment, right? Like how much cash you have at hand. And here I like to focus on, I don't want to talk about thinking about investors and bringing outside capital and all that stuff. No, I focus on determine what money you or the business that you want to start requires as an investment, right? I'm not gonna focus on how to raise that capital. I just want you to understand that you will need a certain amount of money depending on different factors to invest into your business. So number two is investment. You need to determine your investment. How do you determine your investment? You need to determine how much will be your cost of goods sold, basically how much you need to run your business, right? That's where you determine what your investment will be. Now, if you are going to do this as a side and you're going to keep your job, maybe you don't need salary. But if you are going to do this full on, you need to think about salary because you need to live. You can't work if you don't feed yourself, right? And you don't have a roof on top of your head. So things to consider: cost of goods sold, headcount, salaries. Are they needed? You need to understand from the money perspective, cost of goods sold, to determine your investment. Now, another thing to think about is, and this comes into pricing your product or pricing your service, is margins. Understand margins are important. Margins are essentially your net, how much you're making off of that. You need to understand how much you're making off one product that you're selling. It's usually defined by a percentage. Different business categories have different margins. For example, I believe restaurants have higher margins than a clothing brand. and so forth. So margins, you need to understand your margins from the get-go. It changes through time. That's okay, but understand where you stand today. Understand where you started yesterday, and understand where you want to stand tomorrow. A forecast is a forecast. It's like the weather. If it's good, great. If it's not so good, all right, do better next time. But have those numbers in your head, like, or written down, like handy. You need to know these things. These are super important. All right. Another thing is that when you start a business, it's okay to be in the red in the beginning, right? You can't be red forever. Like, that's the whole purpose of having a business, is because you need to live off that business. So we need to understand when we're going to break even. We need to understand break even is basically when your income, your revenue that your business is generating is sufficient to meet all your expenses. So the bottom number is no longer red. That is your break even. We need to understand how much money or how many units we need to sell to break even, or how much money we have to make a month to break even. Like when we're doing family finances, right? Like if we spend 5,000, we need to make 5,000 a month. Like if you spend 5,000, you can't be making 3,000, because then you're 2,000 negative. So stuff like that. Same concept of business. And after you break even, understand that after you break even, you're gonna make a profit, right? So just get to that number. So margins, breaking even, the profit, those numbers, try to have them. Even if it's a forecast, it's okay. But it's good because it's like a goal, right? And I feel like I'm going back to my other YouTube channels where I discuss this, where I discuss, goal setting and having that big goal in mind, like that dream goal, so that in this case you make a profit. All right, next, this is super important for moms, y'all, because it's important for me. And this is investment of time. So the first one was define product or service. Number 2 is investment of money. And number 3 is investment of time. How much time can you invest? Because this is a very realistic idea, and this is a very realistic thought. You could do so much, you could be amazing on so many things, but if you don't have time to dedicate to your business, then it's just an idea, and it's always going to stay an idea. And there is nothing easier for a business idea to stay an idea and not an action. Believe me when I tell you, because before I jumped the boat and I decided to do this, I actually thought about doing this for over 5 years, and then I just decided, let's just do it. So a business idea stays an idea forever if you don't action. And in order to action, you need time. So think and be real with yourself. You have to be very honest. How much time can you allocate to this? How much time can you allocate, can you invest to this new venture? Important to be very transparent with yourself. Number 4, logistics. How is it actually going to work? How are you going to deliver your product? What are the business channels that you're going to deliver your clients? How are you going to deliver your products and services and so forth? Logistics. Need to understand it. If you need to open accounts, if you need to open a website, you need to, so when I say logistics, I mean actionables to get from point A to point Z, which is your profit. Because I'm not gonna say A to B because that's a lie, right? It's A to Z because in between you have 1,000 things to do to run your business. So understand that from the get-go. Number 5, I call this doability, but it's actually sustainability. How sustainable is it what you're doing? Meaning, if you are gonna say, I'm gonna kill it, my first month, I'm gonna open my business, and then I'm gonna open my website, and I'm gonna post on social media 10 times a day. Perfect. But if you thought about this, I don't know, when you didn't have much work and all of a sudden the next month you have a lot of work and you can't put time into your venture, then it's not sustainable, right? So you need to create a plan that is sustainable. You need to create ways and a path that will make this successful. Because let me tell you, this is an anecdote. A business is super, a business that fails can have a profound impact on your mentally. And in order to recover from that, you need like the willpower of a god or a mom or somebody, you know, somebody very resilient. You have to have a lot of resiliency. And from experience, there's nothing better for me from now, me standing here in front of you, there's nothing better than a failed business, because you learn so much from it. But it takes time, right? If you fail on a business today, the next months or years is going to be like horrible, because you just have that like in your head, unless you have the mental strength to keep on going. And you know, for business owners, it's like it's a battle every single day. It's not just like number battle and selling battle and all these things. It's actual a mental battle with yourself. It sounds really cliche, but it just, that's why I think sustainability of running a business is so important, because you need to understand that, you know, you need to be kind to yourself and make sure that you're able to actually do this, you know, the in and the out, right? That is number 5. Number 6, steps and goals. We need to define steps and goals. Very important to get those achievable goals and those dream goals, and define those steps to get to those goals, so that you could get to your profit number. Anyways, I hope that, I know I'm moving my hair a lot, I apologize. I hope that this was really helpful. If you know, you watch this and you say, oh, I would like somebody to help me, DM me. More than happy to help you think this through. It's all fun for me. And yeah, share, comment, subscribe, save, do snippets. You know the drill. Thank you so much for watching. This has been fun, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.